Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto episode 108... Wait, what? That's not right. 108, I believe. What happened last time?
Last time was the fight between Naruto and Sasuke got all started. Yeah, that's kind of a... It's kind of a shitty situation that's going on. I talked more about that last time. But Sasuke is just sort of handling all of his feelings in, like, the wrong way. He's not expressing himself in a, like, healthy way. He's just sort of taking it all out on Naruto and thinking that fighting Naruto will help him feel better, I think, which is probably not the case. Naruto is going along with it because he's always wanted to fight Sasuke, and Sakura is not too pleased and is apparently going to throw herself into the most powerful attacks that either of them can do, which, I mean, if this is their way of writing her out, because she wasn't really there in the first place. I'm kidding.
Do you think they will?
No.
Well, there's only one way to find out. In this episode of Naruto, you can get 4 episodes ahead on our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast. There's a bunch of other cool exclusive stuff there. Early and exclusive reactions to a bunch of our other shows and OVAs and movies and a bunch of cool stuff. Check out our tiers there for some of the benefits you can get. But before we get into this is not a market substitute. We ask you to support the official release. Watch on Crunchyroll, watch on Netflix. We include some of the footage in our videos, but it is only as a reference to what we're talking about, not as a free alternative to watching it on legal platforms. So go support the official release. And we assume that you've already seen the show if you're watching this, because we're providing our reaction and review. That's our content, not the actual show. So, with that, we're getting into episode 108 of 108 of Naruto. 108 of Naruto. Let's go. Well, you were having a fucking nap. I was busy mastering one of the most difficult jutsus of all time.
Okay, Sakura. You gotta be faster at that.
I do.
Oh, of course, they cut away to something else.
I'm sure this is equally important. Oh shit, it is equally important. Oh damn, animation.
What a peaceful little village. Can't say much for the security, though. This village really ought to be taught a lesson. We could just stroll right in there and wipe them all out. Don't even start, Sakon.
That's right, we're not here to wipe anybody out.
Aw, what's wrong, Tubby? You scared? Why don't you do us all a favor and go back to bed?
All right, Tayuya.
She's such a fucking bitch.
We all know what our mission is, right?
She's kind of cool though.
An escort for a very
They can't stop. They realize it's a bad idea.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Sakura!
They destroy the hospital. They hit the hospital.
He recognizes it.
Oh. I thought they were gonna, like, hit it and, like, explode the ground.
What do you two think you're doing up here? That was a little intense for just a sparring match, wasn't it? What's wrong with you two? No doubt about it. That jutsu, it was the Rasengan.
Just remember who his teacher was?
Mm-hmm.
But Naruto mastering that jutsu, how was it possible?
And the city's water supply was gone forever.
What were you thinking? Were you really going to kill him, Sasuke? You've really got to watch this sense of superiority you have.
I am.
It was not the size you aim at a comrade from the Leaf Village.
I'm not from the Leaf Village. Notice anything?
When are you finally going to grow up, Sasuke? Did meeting up with Itachi cause this?
You were saying in the discussion last episode? That's pretty cool.
Even more more. It's just a fucking slap in the face even more. After
He was like, I would have killed him if I hit him.
How far have you...
Surpassed you?
oh, that's pretty rough. Yeah, he was like, huh, Naruto only broke a little leak in that thing. They're seriously here just to get Sasuke.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah. You gonna tell me where you learned that, Naruto?
And Kakashi asked calmly, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire, Harry? Dumbledore asked calmly.
Harry! I protest! Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Oh, poor Sakura.
Well, so much for teamwork. I'm assuming it was you who taught him that technique. You don't think maybe he's a little young to be handling that jutsu? After all, he could have killed Sasuke. I know you want to protect him from the Akatsuki, but still, to entrust him with a jutsu like that.
I could say the same thing to you.
Chidori to someone like Sasuke.
Obviously, there's bad blood between them, but where in the world does it come from?
It's nothing we haven't seen before.
Meaning what?
Oh, come on. When you think about it, their relationship isn't much different than the one you had with Orochimaru.
Wait a second. I wouldn't say that's a harmless.
He's a comrade and a rival at the
It's a pretty
same
serious
time.
comparison there.
In fact, it's the competition between them that keeps him going. On the other hand, it's hard for Sasuke to watch Naruto's strength and skills develop at such an astonishing rate. He's come along so fast. Sasuke must feel like he's standing still.
You scaredy cat! Multi-shadow claw jutsu! Summoning jutsu!
But Naruto is powerful, driving him on. So does Sasuke.
I'm going to restore my clan and destroy a certain...
It's all coming together.
Me revenge. His hatred of Itachi may be driving him on too fast.
Sasuke can't acknowledge Naruto's abilities. He's afraid that if he does acknowledge them, he somehow diminishes his own. It can be hard work maintaining a rivalry.
Man, our discussion last episode was fire.
It's time I gave
I'm so glad we got a flashback for it.
Right, I'll leave Naruto to you then. Well, I have a mission. And then there's that Chidori business. Sakura, it'll be alright, don't you worry. We'll soon have them back to their old selves again. Cheer up, okay?
You can be a character again one day, I promise.
Thanks, Kakashi-sensei. What is it, Naruto? Listen, Sakura. This is between us. Stay out of it.
All right then, shall we?
Not them.
He's mad.
Whoa. Hey, pervy sage, come here often. Walks right past him. Just lets him go? Doesn't say anything? That was his... They were both like, okay, you go talk to him, I'll go talk to him. And Jiraiya just let him go.
Sorry, but I knew you wouldn't want to sit still for a lecture, so I figured I had to pin you down.
The one with him is Kakashi. I've heard about him.
You've got to forget about revenge.
What?
Believe me, in this work I've met a lot of guys who feel the way you do. Trust me. For those who follow the path of yourself apart. And even if you succeed and you get your revenge, what will you have then? Nothing. Emptiness.
Shut up! What makes you think you know anything about it? It's easy for you to talk. You have no idea!
Easy. Just try to calm down.
Maybe if I was to kill the most important people in your life, everyone who's ever meant anything,
They're already dead.
because maybe then you'd have some idea how I feel.
It's an interesting theory, but I'm afraid you're a little late to put it to the test. Everyone you're talking about has already been killed. I've been around longer than you have, kid. I've seen my share of troubles. You're not the only one who knows what it's like to lose somebody. So,
You're talking to the wrong
neither
motherfucker,
of us
kid.
has led a charmed life exactly, have we? Still, we're not all that bad off. At least you and I have been lucky enough to find new comrades to help fill the void. Anyway, I do know how you feel. With the Chidori, you've been granted a gift of awesome power. It's not a power to be used against your comrades, or to seek vengeance. I think in your heart of hearts, you know what it's for. Okay, end of lecture. You decide whether what I'm saying hits the mark or not.
Could make things trickier with that shinobi hanging around. Better hold off for a bit.
Well, if you're so scared of him, why don't I just go in by myself? He doesn't look that tough to me.
I'm with you. I bet the two of us could tear that leaf shinobi apart.
Did I sound like I wanted your help? Butt out, bird brain.
Man, it's no wonder you never had a boyfriend. You're such a...
Shut it, fatso.
The bedspread.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice bedspread. I think that's pretty cool. Did she have a balcony? I guess she did.
We've never really seen her house other
We
than
have.
that one shot.
I've seen it a couple times. When was that? Probably on like random missions. Jelly donut. First opening. Whoa. That was really beautiful.
Please go train for once in your life, Sakura.
We climbed all the way up to the top. What's wrong, Sakura? Look, there's something I need to talk to you about, Naruto. So if you still want that date you've always wanted.
He sat there all day.
What do I do? What do I do?
They're standing on the leaves. Do you see that?
Yeah. I mean, they can walk on water, so.
I guess that's fair.
In his condition, he's no match for all four of them.
I feel like they're really hyping up these guys, but I'm not scared of them at all.
To be seeking greater power, just as I've always said he would.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I don't know, they're really hyping these guys up to be really dangerous.
The Sound Ninja 4.
Even though we haven't seen them fight yet.
Oh, shit.
Before we go another round, I should warn you. You might want to think about it. I'm in a really bad mood.
What do you think of that one?
So, first of all, one thing I would like to comment on is the 4 of those guys who were coming to kidnap Sasuke had the fucking audacity to be like, huh, look at this village. We could just take it out right now if we want to. I'm like, you literally tried that like 2 weeks ago and failed horribly, and you had way more people and an entire other village helping
and
you. Are you
fucking Lord Orochimaru?
Are you dumb as fuck? They're like, look at this village. They're so lame. We could take out the entire thing if we wanted. I'm like...
And then they're like, things will be hard if Kakashi's around. better hold back while he's there. Literally, they show up and they're trying to be all badass, and it's like, we don't want to do that now. No.
That's why I have no respect for, like, that's why I'm not taking them as seriously as maybe I should be as threats. Yeah. Because it just seems like it's literally just empty words. Like, they show up and, like, to immediately, like, put the, like, attest to their ranking, they're like, huh, look at this puny village. We could crush it now.
It would make sense if they were new characters.
That's what I was thinking. I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say, if they were new people that were either had just been recruited by Orochimaru or, like, were just unrelated to him or, like, you know, anything other than people who were actually there, it would have made complete sense to show up on a village that has just been, like, halfway destroyed and be like, oh, we could probably just take the rest of them out right now.
Yeah.
However, since they were there and were defeated along with everyone else, they should know that it's not that fucking easy. And then they roll up and then they're like, oh man, one guy is enough to deter us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's Kakashi. It doesn't matter that it's Kakashi. He's literally one guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's 4 of you. It's 4 of you versus a child and one guy. Like, an injured child and one guy. And you're nervous. So this is... But then Kabuto's like, oh, you sent all 4 of them. Wouldn't you say that? Orochimaru, are you sure you need to send all of them? One of them would have been more than sufficient. Like...
They keep trying to hype it up, but you already established, like, they're in the power scaling because you introduced them previously. And because you had them react like, ugh, Kakashi, I don't know if we could take this. Like, it just... It
literally made no sense, and it's just, I don't know where to put them because they were in the last fight, but they literally did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they, like, maybe killed a couple people.
They created the barrier, but that's it.
Yeah, but before that...
they killed... Yeah, they did, yes.
They killed a couple people, but, like, everyone was caught off guard in that scenario, which I guess they kind of would be in any kind of ambush scenario, but that was, like... We saw them fight for, like, literally 30 seconds, and then they just sat there in their own corners and made the barrier.
Yeah.
So I'm not really convinced of their fighting abilities. I'm not intimidated by them at all.
And Sasuke just fucking stunned it on them.
Yeah. So
I mean, they don't look to be, like, shaken by it, and it was like a clone or, like, maybe a genjutsu or some shit we don't really know.
It doesn't matter though, because I have already established that they're not worth.
Yeah.
Like, if you're hyping them up that much, then why bother? Because when Itachi and Kisame showed up, they weren't like, oh man, these are, like, the most dangerous guys ever. They didn't hype it up for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They just showed up and were dangerous. Scary. And you could tell by characters that we know, like, we could tell by Asuma, he was just like, oh. And then Kakashi shows up and he's like, this is fucking serious. This is
wordlessly
business.
Kakashi, like, notices they're there and then, like, gives a nod and a worried expression to Kurenai and Asuma, and then they go head them off while Kakashi sends Sasuke in another fucking direction.
And we've heard of Itachi before, so it's, like, slightly different, but, like, we'd never seen him. We didn't know the full backstory at that point.
Yeah.
So... But already, he was a million times more intimidating just seeing him literally one time standing there than these 4 guys are after they've been hyped up for the last half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just kind of bad writing.
It's pretty counterproductive.
It's like it's the
And it's
same thing
small.
with the black, like the Anbu Black Ops.
Yeah,
of
it
just
is,
like
yeah. It's very similar.
just like, oh, these are the best guys ever, and then showing multiple examples of them being defeated.
Yeah.
All constantly, and there's ways to excuse it, but it seems kind of unnecessary. If you have to convince me that people are awesome, then they're not awesome. Like if what's it, the Game of Thrones thing of like if you have to say
if
that
a king must say he is king, then he is no true king.
it's literally the same. If you have to say someone's badass, then they're probably not badass unless it's like foreshadowing of like, oh, I've heard about that guy and he's really cool, like one time or something.
Like before we actually saw Orochimaru's face, we
had already heard about him.
We heard about him, and Anko was just like, fucking seal off the forest! Like, get the Hokage down here right now! And then you just see, like, a silhouette of him, and he looks so badass in that silhouette. I don't know if anybody remembers that. But he looked completely fucking different, but they're just like, I heard he swallowed an entire mountain whole.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not that, obviously, but yeah.
You can do it in a way that works, but this is so rushed. Like, they're just all of a sudden like, okay, we're gonna bring these guys back.
Mm-hmm.
And have them be badass.
I feel like they were set up originally, but it wasn't even... I don't even think it's necessarily bad that they were brought back, because the whole point of them being here... the whole point of them showing up before was because they were going to show up here. That's the idea.
Yeah.
But the problem is when they show up and they're like, oh, let's destroy this village. Oh, no, don't get ahead of yourself, Jirobo, or whatever the fuck... I don't even remember their names.
Yeah, or like they could have even said, like, if they wanted to say something similar, they could have said... I can't, like, this village is so pathetic looking, I can't believe we weren't able to defeat it, or something, you know what I mean? Like, something along the lines of, like, it's so pathetic, I can't believe that we didn't succeed last time. Mm-hmm. Not, oh, I'm sure the four of us could take on this entire village all at once and kill them all, and burn it to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else you thought of over the episode, or do you just hate them so much? What else is going on?
I wrote down Jiraiya because he didn't talk to Naruto, and
yeah, what do you think that's about?
I feel like there's two possibilities. Either he was like, oh, Naruto has like kind of is gonna figure this out by himself, and I trust him. Like he's not fueled by rage here, so he's like, Sasuke needs to be Sasuke needs to be told by Kakashi like, don't kill your friends. Naruto knows not to kill his friends. Yeah. He would never intentionally kill one of his friends. But Sasuke might in the heat of the moment. And depending, you know what I mean? Like, if Sasuke was, like, at that limit, he would do it in the heat of the moment. Maybe he would regret it after. And I feel like even if Naruto had been going to kill him there, Naruto would, like, look at that and be, like, by himself, be like, holy fuck, that's not me. That's not my ninja way. That's not the kind of person I want to be. So either Jiraiya knows that, or Jiraiya, having this similarity between him and Orochimaru pointed out, is like, you know, fuck Sasuke. But he's like taking it maybe a little bit personally of like, you know, I'm actually on Naruto's side 100% here. I'm not gonna tell him off.
Nothing needs to be said. Yeah, I don't need to lecture him. He's not the one who's
the problem. Yeah. Either of those things or a combination.
My son was ruthlessly attacked by that savage little monster.
I don't think it's
not like that,
it's
but
like,
just like
he doesn't think that Naruto's better. He just knows that
he could
lecturing
see
Naruto isn't gonna fix the problem.
Yeah, and he could see like he stood there, and Naruto walked right past. Here's the thing. There's an interesting interpretation there. What was Jiraiya doing there? And what was Naruto doing? Did Naruto see him but just ignored him? Or did Naruto just was so deep in thought about this whole fucked up situation that he just didn't even notice Jiraiya was there?
It could be either, and both could work, I think, because he could be
if it's the other way around, if it's the second one, and he didn't even notice Jiraiya, then if Jiraiya saw, oh, he's deep in thought, let's see if he notices me, walks past, like, so, like, fuck, why did it have to go down that way? And then he's just like, oh, okay. All right, I don't need to talk to you.
Or it's like a mutual understanding between them of like Naruto's like, I know I fucked up, and Jiraiya's like, I know you fucked up.
Yeah.
But we're gonna leave it at that.
Give him a
I'm
look.
gonna like let you know that I know.
Yeah.
And that's good enough.
Yeah.
and either way could work. But, like, Sasuke needed to be told, literally bound and told, you need to check yourself here, because this is not the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, it's not, it
and
literally
that says a lot. That says a lot. Just the way that each of them had to handle their respective student,
and it's
tells
not,
a lot about what the
it,
situation
like, has
is.
to do with the way that each of them are as teachers, but also just the type of people that Naruto and Sasuke are, of, like, who will respond to what.
Yeah.
Because if Jiraiya was Sasuke's teacher, I'm sure he would give him a talking to in the same scenario, you know what I mean? Or Kakashi might have talked to Naruto, or he might not have in the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's, like, both to do with the relationship that each of them have as, like, a teacher and student, but also, like, just the way each of them needs to be handled, because they're different kids.
Yeah.
And they need different things. And what was I gonna say also? Yeah, Sasuke literally always jumping to conclusions that he has it worse than everyone else. Constantly, that's one of his biggest problems. That's, like, one of his biggest thing. That's why he thinks he's better, because he's had to overcome so much and no one else knows what he's feeling. I have to go through this alone. But, like, at every turn, there's someone else. There's so many people in his life that have experienced similar things, but he's just unwilling to, like, consider that as a possibility. Like Naruto.
Funnily enough, if you think you're so powerful because you've suffered so much, well, you're not alone. Like, Kakashi's close, and he has, but, like, as far as losing your family in, like, a huge cataclysmic-esque event, like...
And then
and being completely left alone for basically your entire childhood, you know? Like, if there's anyone who could possibly relate to that, it would probably be Naruto. And, you know, who the fuck knows what horrors Kakashi has been through. Like, you know?
The thing is, I think because they, like, Sasuke doesn't try and put on, like, a happy attitude about it. He's not, like, saying, like, oh, poor me all the time. But he's also not like, yeah, guys, let's go do this, you know? So I feel like he thinks, like, oh, they're happy. They can't have known any pain.
Yeah. And what about all the people who died fucking 3 weeks ago?
I know.
Like, the probably hundreds of people who died.
I know, it's
like,
just
nobody
shitty.
knows suffering like me. Well,
no one knows suffering like me. Konohamaru's only, like, remaining family just got, like, murdered.
That's not actually true.
I thought he didn't have parents. I'm still confused whether he has parents or not.
We haven't seen them. I'm pretty sure he does. He has other family in the village.
Okay.
I mean, he's like, the Hokage has other family as well, yeah.
Okay. I just I don't know. I guess I got the idea that he was by himself.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
But anyway, like, other people have gone through similar things all the time. He's literally not the first one, but he acts like he is constantly, and that
it's not an act though. I know that's not what you mean, but, like, it's important to point that out.
Yeah.
Because he's not acting. He is so blind to it. He's so self-obsessed.
He is acting as though he is.
Yeah.
Because he believes he is until he is literally, like, chained up and told otherwise.
Yeah. I know that wasn't what you were saying. Ignore. I just wanted you to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Naruto's also very oblivious, which is why he's taking the time to think. Like, more like somebody like Kakashi and Jiraiya figured it out instantly, and Naruto is like, fuck. Like, he literally takes the day to try and puzzle it out. Like, why is Sasuke all pissed off? What the fuck? Did I do something? Was my reaction to that just like, who knows what he's thinking? But he's going through all this stuff because he is the kind of guy to, like, why is Konohamaru so sad that his fucking grandpa's dead? You know, he just doesn't, or why is Konohamaru so sad? Oh, maybe it's because his grandpa's dead. Oh, well, people died all the time. Everyone lost it. I understand why you're sad, but there's no reason to do that. He just doesn't connect the dots. So, but it's a difference in their reaction. Sasuke's like, fuck you, Naruto, and then Naruto's just like, fuck, why does Sasuke hate me so much?
I also think it's because, like, Naruto is just literally just, like, slow to pick up on that, whereas Sasuke is just not like putting the effort in to pick up on that. Like, it's for two different reasons. Like, Sasuke just doesn't want to, like, look deeper into it. Naruto is willing to look deeper into it when given the chance. However, he, like, he struggles with like putting the pieces together in a way that like
and that's where they're different.
That he can relate. But Naruto tries, and once it clicks for him, it like really makes an impact on him.
Exactly. Like in the fight with Gaara, that's a good example where he and Sasuke were like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do?" And then Sasuke's like, "Naruto, get Sakura out of here." And then Naruto's not even listening. He's just like, "Wait, what? No, hang on. God, being alone. Why would I be alone? Like, maybe I should be alone. If Gaara thinks I should be alone, and that's where I could get my strength." He's like he's really trying to figure it out. Like, but Sasuke's solution is, no, let's just keep doing what we're doing because this is the only way that it works. But Naruto's like, no, hang on, that doesn't make any sense. If this is how things are supposed to be, then there's no way I could win because Gaara's already got it figured out. But there's something wrong with that. What's wrong with that? And then he figures it out, and he's like, oh, fuck. No, the reason I'm able to do this is very similar to what Rock Lee and Guy, their ethic is, where, like, you are kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage. You have more to lose. With Guy and Lee, it's, I need to do 500 laps around the village if I lose. In this, it's, I lose my best friends. With Gaara, it's, I lose my life and fuck it. So, whatever. It's about killing more. Mm-hmm. So, he figures that out, and then he's like, oh shit. And then he goes fucking insane and is able to win. Sasuke is unable to cross that threshold. Yeah, so there you go. Mm-hmm. It's because that's where they differ. You're pretty much 100% right.
Yeah. It is just kind of shitty to see though, because like I guess it's an interesting thing of like Sasuke is literally like just like Anakin Skywalker over here, like letting the hate fuel him right now, which is not really looking very good. And I feel like right now he's like, this is like the worst time of all for those 4 fuckheads to show up right when he's like questioning everything. It's literally the worst time. He's not wearing his headband. He's like just...
He's very open to new ideas at the moment, and the scales could tip in different directions. He's very...
it's interesting. Kakashi's just like, that is not how you would attack. That is not an attack you would use on a fellow member of the Leaf Village. I feel like that's a very specific word choice of like, Sasuke is kind of like, maybe I don't want to be a member of the Leaf Village.
As he's not wearing his headband.
As he'd already refused to go into that fight with that mentality. Yeah. He knew that wasn't a move that you should use on a fellow member of the Leaf Village. Regardless of if they're your friend or not, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just some interesting stuff. I feel really shitty for Sakura right now. But I wish she would do something about it. Mm-hmm. It sucks that they've written her into this corner where she's literally like, the most she can do is sacrifice herself. Blindly. You know what I mean? Like, she's running to put herself in between them because she is not skilled enough to actually
cancel
intervene.
Their jutsu, or to put them under a genjutsu, or...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If she's, like, if they had run with the thing of, like, she's, like, a whole genjutsu thing, she could have, like, done something of that. Yeah. And, like, you know, or done literally anything else. But
instead, Kakashi steps in. And that, it made for a really good moment, but then,
However, it's Sakura almost doing something and then being immediately undermined by literally any other person. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, I know people, like, get mad at me for hating on, or, like, not, maybe people don't get mad at me, but, like, I know I hate on Sakura a lot. But I'm not necessarily hating on her. I'm just hating on the fact that she's written in such a dumb, like, one-dimensional way. Yeah. Consistently. Throughout the story. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, they're just, I don't know. It's just like, oh, she's like the girl character, so she has to, like, the like girl moment, but it's just dumb because Tsunade is like super badass. Yeah. I know that it's not impossible for her to be written well within this universe by this author. It's like, it must be like a deliberate choice to just not put effort, to just not be wanting to put effort into the development of a main character. Yeah. Like, she's not even a main character. Kakashi doesn't even give a shit about her anymore.
He literally coddled her.
He was just like, Sakura, yeah, I'm leaving.
She was
like,
she literally sat there crying, like, and not even crying like, God damn it, why are things like this? Like, literally like this. And then Kakashi was like, he audibly sighed. He was like,
Sakura again, crying over the boys.
Yeah, exactly. Sakura, don't worry. I'm gonna go handle this, okay? And that's
like,
how you fucking write a main character.
It's so shitty, and it makes me even more mad because I talked about this, I think, last episode as well. Or maybe several episodes ago. We've watched several in a row right now. But in God of High School, spoilers for God of High School, freaking Mira it's literally like the same trio, but Mira is written a million times better, and that doesn't mean she needs all the screen time. It just means that she needs to have goals that are similar to her, like, cast members.
But
like,
they completely wrote her into a corner.
They wrote her into a
making
corner.
Her goals Sasuke, and that's it.
Or everyone needs to be friends, but it sucks.
That's not even it. That's not even it. She literally, they introduce her. It's, oh, Sasuke!
I know, but, like, now her whole thing is, like, I don't want there to be, like, fighting between them. I don't want either of them to get hurt. Which is fine, but it's lame as fuck. In God of High School, Mira wants the same thing as the other two. She wants to be stronger. She wants to work hard and get to a higher level.
For her own reasons.
For completely her own reasons. She doesn't just want to be better than them for female empowerment.
She wants to restore her clan.
She has her own things that make sense and are so in line with a character, and she's like a fully rounded person to herself, and her goals make sense. She's not just trying to get stronger just so that she can be a girl trying to get stronger. She's trying to get stronger because of her backstory. And in the way she gets stronger is completely in line with her backstory and her character.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. A feminist character doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm a girl and I'm gonna be strong because I'm gonna show that girls can be good too. It doesn't have to be that. How about girls can be strong because here's a girl who has a fucking life outside of these dude characters. It's fucking dumb.
It's really it's a bullshit excuse that she's a girl because you could just write another character and pretend she's not a girl. Like,
if that's really what's holding you back.
If that's what's holding you back, if you're scared of writing a girl character, that's just a bullshit excuse for you don't care enough.
And you have like a weird bias where
you have a weird bias that you think that they have to be different.
Yeah.
We've said before that Haku could have been a girl and there would have been zero changes to the plot.
That's the worst example because they drew Haku like a girl, he acted like a girl, and I'm not going to get into, like, non-binary and trans stuff here. Like, from the perspective of the author, was written to basically be a girl, but it seemed like there was something where he couldn't let him be a girl and badass at the same time.
Yeah, which it's just kind of disappointing because, like, I don't really care. I'm not like, we need to have a certain number of girl characters. I just don't like.
That's not what it's about.
I don't like there being a girl character who is a main character and is completely useless, seemingly just on the fact that she's a girl.
It has nothing. Yeah, it has nothing to do with whether girl characters should be like.
It
has to do because there's like it's not even an assumption. There's clearly some sort of connection between the fact that a character is female and their relevancy to the plot and the greater story, or at least their efficacy of like the depth of their like, wants and needs and character traits.
It's just dumb. I don't know. It's kind of an irrelevant rant, but it's really relevant because it's just seems like there's no excuse for it, and it's like I would have rather Sakura just not been there, or even if she was a guy, if it meant that the three main characters were all like useful people.
If there was a third,
dude, and he would like, and he actually did something. If that's what it took for the main characters of a story to be
well written,
to be doing literally anything, like even Ino, like last episode, it was just like, you need to go on a diet, Choji, because girls go on diets.
Yeah, and
it's just like, why is every girl just dumb and useless dumb. And like
no wonder Shikamaru fucking hates women. All the girls in this village are fucking idiots.
And then like Tsunade is really cool But, like, so it's like, it's not like you can't do it, you just chose not to.
Yeah.
For, like, Ino and Sakura, and Tenten is literally not even a character.
That's the thing.
Tenten is literally just...
I hope I kept... I'm making a note now. I haven't edited that episode. To leave in all the stuff where they literally just cut out... Like, the first time when Tenten was stating her goals, she literally... That was the first time we heard Tsunade's name. It was a super important piece of information then, and it's super relevant to her character now that she has become Hokage. There was even a shot when... during the inauguration, when Tsunade was accepting the role of Hokage and holding the hat and everything, where there was a group and Tenten was like so fucking hyped up, and it was such a big deal to her. Completely cut out of all the they spent so much time padding for time in that episode with Lee, so many flashbacks.
But they left in Neji.
They left in Neji.
Yeah.
What? Like, it just, there's clearly a bias, and it's becoming
I guess
more
it's
and more
because of the rivalry
dumb.
between Neji and Lee, but it's
versus
just...
Kakashi and Guy, there's parallels there.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just... I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, girls want more girls, so there can be more girls. But there's a difference between having more girls and just actually having a well-written female character. I would rather Sakura be the only woman, or actually in this entire village, if it meant that she was well-written. I would rather Tsunade be the only, like, character, female ninja at all, if it meant, like, just to set a standard of, like, so then it's not just like, oh, she's really badass, but for some reason all the other girls are just dumb as fuck. It's like, oh, she's the exception in this village, or something, you know what I mean?
Something. Anything would be
I don't know. I guess I'm getting kind of heated about it, but it's just like, you see it done well in, like, a bunch of other stuff, but, like, I don't know.
It's just fucking annoying because it's clearly just a huge hole in the story at this point. And it's so obvious, you know?
And they just, like, I would rather have them write her out of it. Say, I don't want to be...
I don't think I can make it as a ninja, guys.
Yeah,
this
is not for me,
you know,
and I can still be your friend.
I'll just find a different way to help you. And I'll hang out in the village or something, and, you know, anything. Something other than, I'm one of you, right? Yeah, Sakura, you're one of us. Okay, let me just stay here and not train while you guys go learn new jutsu and go on journeys.
And she doesn't train,
and, like, have plot progression and
she
meet your brother.
She has zero motivation, so I don't know how she can be a main character if she has no motivation.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing that I was just talking about of, like, if you're going to have a girl main character, she has to have her own goals, or else that's not a main character, that's just a time filler, or, you know? Or it's just a weird prop.
Yeah, a weird self-insert, but, like,
not
again,
at all.
A weird self-insert of, like, the sidelines character who's like talking about the people while they're fighting, but only the dumb one who asks the questions, even though Naruto's usually supposed to be the dumb one, and she's supposed to be the Hermione, like, answering the questions, but then it ends up being Kakashi. We used to say that a lot in our earlier Naruto videos. That was an observation we made early on.
Yeah.
That it was like, oh, this is Hermione, so Sakura is going to know all the jutsu, and she's going to be able to, like, explain to dumbass Naruto why Sasuke is using this fireball jutsu instead of a fucking substitution and a clone or whatever the fuck, like, why he's going with this strategy. Turns out, Naruto and Sasuke are in there getting fucked up. Kakashi's fighting Sakura instead of explaining what's going on, is asking, what does that mean? And then Kakashi's like, it's the sealing jutsu, or whatever the fuck, like, you know.
I don't know, it's just kind of stupid. Like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a bunch of, like, girl ninjas in here just so that they can pretend that this is, like,
they're meeting a quota. They're just checking a box on, like,
they're just
female
like,
representation.
oh, female representation. Oh, there's like 20 female ninja that we've seen so far.
We can put them on the volume covers, and they can be really cute. They can
be in all the openings, even though they're, like, literally irrelevant.
Do you like how they were literally part of the background of the last opening? All the characters were running in front, and there were some girl characters, but it was the four main girls. 3 main girls plus Tenten and Kurenai, all dressed all, like, cutely and pretty and Cecily and everything. Sexily. Sorry. But they're literally part of the background.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of funny when you think of it like that? It's dumb. Anyway, okay, this has gone on long enough. I'm cutting it off unless there's anything more you want to say to close it off.
I don't know. I'm just kind of. I don't even like want to be mad about it anymore.
Okay,
but they
there's
just
way
keep
more that happened. There's way more that happened this episode.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks that they keep like making it impossible to ignore. I guess is the main thing.
100%. I guess we kind of did. We got all that stuff out of the way, so it's.
Oh, I wanted to say, Sasuke just like feeling like so like when he when he thought that
my stream's bigger than yours.
Yeah, just thinking like that he busts through that thing so much better than Naruto.
He had to like wrench his arm out,
and
it's like.
And then Naruto just has a look.
Yeah.
And then Sasuke's just like. Naruto, I'm still better than. It looks like I won this fight. He jumps down, looks up, realizes that
Naruto would have.
It's such a metaphor for like their entire thing of like
100. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, like Sasuke puts on a big show in certain situations and like makes himself think, and everyone else sometimes like Sakura thought, oh, that must have been you, Sasuke, because you're the one always doing stuff.
Yeah.
But really. Just because Naruto isn't, like, going on about how powerful he is all the time doesn't mean that he's not more powerful.
Yeah.
Like, just people aren't noticing it because they're not taking a deeper look. It's literally, like Orochimaru even is just like, why would I care about this stupid little Naruto?
Yeah. And then Jiraiya's just like, well, why the fuck would I want to train someone like Uchiha? There's no point in training an already genius when really... Not even.
Yeah.
You know, you start off hot, like he's really resting on his laurels. Is the same old story. It's the same old story from when, especially from the beginning, but also from when I feel like we had a big discussion like this when Sasuke fought Lee in the lobby that one time, and Lee fucking kicked the shit out of him like in the lobby for a second there and almost really fucked him up. Mm-hmm. Anyway, any last words?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a really like interesting visual like display of exactly what is going on all the time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Which, by the way, we just shat on the writing of like some characters in the show, but this is also just to clarify, we are complimenting the writing here with this. So before you say we just shit on the show all the time, we've also complimented it a lot.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah, we critique the show, but we praise it probably just as much if
I
you
just
get
know
the
there's
right
gonna
episodes.
be people who are like, oh my god, you've talked about fucking girl character, just move on already. It's like, okay, well, maybe we have some more stuff to say than just, oh, that was a cool fight, holy shit, damn, see you guys in the next episode.
Oh, that was so awesome when they blew through those things, that was awesome. Don't compare it to like how it's a metaphor for their characters. I don't know. If
you want us to praise it, we also have to critique the bad shit too, because we're trying to.
And oftentimes we start off with that because it's what's most present in our minds.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. You can get a week ahead. See the next episode. The people here are probably already patrons. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video. You can check out our Patreon to get 4 episodes ahead. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Michael Wells,
Vash,
Salad Dallas,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Charles Liu,
D23L,
JC Andrada,
Napoleon Bonaparte,
Handicap Bonkai,
Brian,
Nelson Barbosa,
Xavier Rhodes,
Chris Janvey,
Yeet,
Lewis,
Iwan Pilger,
Aurora,
John Ortega,
and Zenge. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.